want us to play a game. This is A
Okay.
to Z of fashion. I just
Okay.
give a letter. You give me a fashion item. It could be a clothing line. It could be a brand. It could be an accessory. Anything. So you just give me, for instance, letter A. You can give
Mhm.
me any of the fashion accessory
Oh,
items
but related to
associated.
fashion.
Yes, associated
tough.
with that letter. No, we can do this. I know.
That's
A to
tough.
Z.
A to Z. My goodness.
Okay, letter
Wow.
A. Let's have letter A.
Letter A. Where I want start.
People wear anklets.
Oh, so that's an accessory.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
part of it. So a anklet.
Anklet.
Okay, let's go to B.
Jehovah.
No, you will get this one. You will walk along with this. Anyone, you have a lot.
Boots.
Oh, boot works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Letter C. This one, you get it. I mean, you've been seeing it from dad, from your granddad.
Cufflinks.
Oh, yeah. Letter D.
Do rag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Letter E.
Earrings.
It's fine. Yeah.
But I'm not wearing earrings.
You're
though.
wearing one. Eyeglasses.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right.
Okay, letter F.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, some.
Help me now.
Okay, we could do fishnet stockings. We could do.
See how far you
fascinator.
go.
Fascinator.
Fishnet stocking. If I see that one, I just know say the girl don't plan me come.
Letter G.
G string.
Ah. What about letter H?
Letter H.
Yes.
Hats.
Okay. And letter I.
Yeah, help me now.
What about
I.
insoles? The insoles of.
Oh, foul.
No, far.
I for no feel think that kind of thing.
It's too far. Okay, letter J. Yeah, this one is.
J.
Yeah.
Joggers.
Yeah, joggers,
Yeah.
more jacket. Letter L.
Leggings.
Leggings. Letter M.
Monk strap shoes.
Okay, monk strap shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Letter N.
Nika. I beg.
Nika.
I don't get power.
Letter O.
Help me now.
Overall.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Letter P.
Pendant.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. Letter Q. Come here, top of
As
it.
you talk, you now Quillox enter my head.
Quillos
But
dress.
no be
Okay,
access
let's do Quillos dress.
for fashion.
For fashions.
You just define shortcut.
Letter R.
Rolex.
Yeah. Letter S.
Scissors. Okay, no, that one is not. It's not okay.
Material is fine.
Singlet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, letter T.
T.
Yep.
Trousers.
Oh, letter U.
Yeah.
I think I always see this people, girls
Umbrella?
like. Oh, yeah, they use it to snap a lot. Letter V.
Letter V. Vests.
Okay, and W.
Help me.
We didn't wear waistcoats.
That's a shame for a tailor.
Letter X. It can be a type of watch.
Type of watch.
Mm.
Watch we start with X.
No, yes.
Hey, so
Xavier watch. Letter Y.
why? Why is tough for
Yahoo
fashion?
dress.
Yahoo, Fafa. no, I no deal.
And then letter Z. Oh no way. Yeah, I remember now.
You remember?
There's a makeup. Is it fashion? No, that's
Zaron.
yeah. Hello, viewers and listeners of YeyeTalk podcast. On today's episode of Honest to Goodness Conversation, we dive into the world of men's fashion. Discussing this with me is an industry giant, someone with over a decade experience, known for his trademark twist on classic British tailoring and bespoke style, a brand that fuses modern elegance into its creativity with a touch of luxury in it. I have with me the founder, the CEO, and the creative director of, wait for it, he is Jason Samuel, and otherwise known as Jason Porshe. hello. Now, this guy's style, right? You can describe it as exquisite, plush, polished, majestic. Give me the words. You maintain steeze when you're around him and with his brown. Here he is. Welcome to YeyeTalk
Thank you, thank you,
podcast.
thank you, thank you.
I'm
Good
so
to be here. So good to be here.
good to
Yeah.
have you finally. Thank you so much for coming around, and we are happy to
Mhm.
discuss the business of men's fashion.
Yeah, sure. It's a pleasure. Um, it's been a journey. So
It's been a
yeah,
journey.
I'm ready for your questions.
Okay, so sit back, relax, while we give you the cake, the icing, and everything fashion. Now, Jason Porshe, could you take us back to growing up, and
Okay.
then how it has shaped you to your person,
Mhm.
and then to the brand growing up?
Yeah. So I grew up in a very fashionable home. My grandfather really loved suits. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He used to wear suits a lot, and he had great taste in clothing. My father too used to wear a lot of suits. I remember growing up seeing him wearing a lot of British suits. He had
oh wow.
suspenders around the house. He had cufflinks. He had armrests to adjust his sleeves, and I felt like it was so cool. The irony is, at the time, it didn't really hit me that
That you wanted to go into
yeah,
fashion.
yeah. So I was just growing up. I wanted to be a doctor. Yeah,
What you wanted versus what you are.
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
fast forward today,
And then
we're here.
okay, now what's five things? I mean, the media, everybody don't know about you, but this five things you just spill it out here in your talk. Five
Okay.
things about yourself, growing up background that people don't know about you. Any five?
Um, I think a lot of people do not know that I wanted to be a doctor. Maybe,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
one.
yeah. Um, I feel like a lot of people do not know that um, I have anxiety
There is
sometimes.
no way. There is
Yeah,
no way it is true.
yeah, yeah,
There is no way it is true.
yeah.
When it's
So
Jason, when it's Posh, it's not true.
yeah, so the thing is, the anxiety actually comes from consulting for
Oh,
people.
okay.
Imagine doing this for 12 years, and then you've gotten to a place where you realize that fashion is consulting, especially as a bespoke designer, is
Mm,
like you're a therapist, but just for
okay.
clothing. So you have to factor in everything, everyone's insecurities. He might be upset, maybe his wife
Yeah.
annoyed him and he's flipping at you. You
You
still have to
take
be
that
a
into
professional.
consideration. Oh
You have to just
wow.
focus on the job.
Yeah.
His wife doesn't like the suit. He's probably going to stress you out and act like he didn't request for that. It's
That's
a lot.
true.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you just have to be a professional. So sometimes I get this anxiety where I try to like have time for myself, like 2 days sometimes,
To ease up.
to just ease off.
Oh.
Try to not talk anything about clothing. Try to not do any transactions. Just clear my head and come back. So yeah, I don't think people know that.
No, people don't know about the anxiety part.
Yeah. Okay. Number
Okay.
3, I think a lot of people know that I'm a Port Harcourt boy, but all I don't think a lot of people know that I didn't start fashion with the goal of making suits, even though that's what I'm popularly known for now. I started fashion with making t-shirts. Yeah, the
Oh.
suits came in later.
Okay. So
Yeah.
started from t-shirts, and then we're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to Mr. Tony Hart. He was the one who kind of inspired me to start making suits.
Okay.
And it was on the runway. He was a stylist. I was 19 years at the time, and people kept screaming when they were seeing my clothes. And he saw me wearing a jacket, and he's like, "Who made that?" To be honest, I didn't make it. I didn't make the jacket at the time, but I saw his face. I could tell that he really wanted it to be me who made it. I said, "Okay, yeah, I made
Okay, fake it, you fake it.
it." Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And then he
Okay.
was like, give it to me." So
But you could,
yeah,
as at that time, you could make something like that.
of course. Yeah,
Oh,
but then
okay.
the collection I was putting out was just t-shirts.
Oh,
Yeah, so he saw it. He's like, "Did you make what you're wearing?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And then he's like, "Give it to me," and I gave it to him.
smart one.
I gave it to him. He put it on a model, and then he gave the model just shorts, and he told the guy to go without wearing anything. He should just wear, I think sneakers or something. So as soon as that model came into the runway, the whole hall went
Shut
crazy.
down.
So I was like, "There's no way in hell that I'm not gonna make suits."
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
incredible,
that's a
honestly.
part of the journey that I don't think a lot of people
Know
know.
about.
Yeah, so that's number 3. Number 4, um, so I have this thing about being I'm perceived let me not say I'm perceived. I'm a leader. Like a lot of people look up to me, my workers, um, my family. I'm the first son.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
Oh.
yeah, so I'm mostly like used to being the one who like calls the shots. Everyone
And then
think,
everyone follows.
yeah, everyone feels like I have it all figured out because I seem that way, but
You're
I don't.
dishing out the wisdom.
Yeah, but I don't think people actually know
Yeah.
that I have moments when I break down and just cry. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, just my dog. Yeah, so so
Okay.
yeah, just my dog. Sometimes he sees me in those moments.
And then feels
Yeah, and I feel I went through that a lot when I lost my dad. Yeah, so
yeah.
it was but then I just come out the next day and I'm acting like, oh, what's up? Or what are we doing today?
And then you're in
Yeah,
charge. You're the one consoling other
yeah.
people.
So
Oh
I grew
no.
up as the first child. So my mom raised me to be strong in front of everybody. So I try to put up that strength. I don't like people seeing me
The other way,
vulnerable.
yeah.
Yeah, but then growing up, one of my mentors, Jay Z, kind of from things he says, I watch a lot of his, videos and, like YouTube interviews. And I've realized that being a man, embracing your vulnerability as a man is also strength.
It's also strength.
So yeah, there's nothing, imagine someone who's, carrying most of the
Yeah, I'm
load,
bottling up.
bottling up,
Yeah.
dealing with everybody,
You break down more.
yeah. So I have those moments. I'm not Superman. Yeah. And then I think that's one last one.
Yeah, finally. Number 5.
Let me see. What do I give to you guys now?
Okay, maybe tell us about your crush or the person you crush on. It
My
can be
crush, my
something.
crush. Oh, like, oh, okay.
It can be
I have
something.
a couple of crushes. Okay, a lot of people do not know. I think most people know. I wanted to say a lot of people do not know I crush on Ayesta, but maybe I think
Oh, no, no. Okay, no,
most of my
no.
friends know. I think.
Ira,
Yeah, so
please, baby.
anyway,
Okay.
so that's it. I think I give you 5. You asked for
Yeah,
5.
yeah. Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's awesome. And then take us back
Mm-hmm.
to the birth of
Mm-hmm.
Jason Porsche.
Porsche. Okay. So first off, Jason is a self-given name. My name is actually Chika. I'm an Igbo boy.
Wait,
Yeah.
mommy and daddy did not give you Jason.
Nope.
You know, say fine boys, they don't like just give themselves fine names. Oh no. Okay.
No, Jason is a self-given name. My
Okay.
name is Chika Josiah Samuel. Josiah was my
Oh,
grandfather's name.
just
Chika is my father's name. Yeah, yeah. But Jason was a name that I created when I was trying to create my brand. So 12 years ago, when I decided to start Jason Porsche, I was thinking about how to come up with a name. At the time, I used to work with my uncle um, in a gadget shop. You know,
so repairing phones.
I wasn't repairing phones. I was
Okay.
selling smart TVs, phones, a lot of things.
Okay.
So I was like the manager of one of the branches. Yup, Igbo boy now. And as at the time, that Porsche phone just came, the BlackBerry Porsche. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a very
it was unique.
different phone.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So when I saw it and then I asked the price and I heard the price, I think at that time, that year was like, I think 500 grand or 350 grand. Then, when our money get value now, I was like, what phone is this? It said a BlackBerry Porsche. I'm like, oh, interesting. So I went to study about the Porsche brand and I liked the idea of luxury. So but then I wanted a name that signifies elegance, excellence, and then has something relating to fashion.
Okay.
So my Posh is actually Posh. That's an English word.
Posh.
That's
okay.
the actual meaning. So I had to
Okay.
stylishly
And
just
for the E.
yeah.
Oh.
So you can tell that inspiration came from the Posh brand.
Yeah.
And then the actual Posh, which is elegant and stylishly luxurious. Yeah. And then Jason means healer. I just have that energy, so I'm like, okay, cool name.
Jason Porsche.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, so I just put it together, and then everybody's like calling me
that's
Jason.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we might as well.
And you included that as your name.
It is now.
It is now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how was it like working as a very young person
Yeah.
in the industry? And
Hmm.
then at what age did you begin all of these things?
I said Jason Porsche officially when I was 18.
18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, but I made my first million when I was 19. So most times when people ask me,
Ababola.
yeah,
Spend the money at
yeah,
19. You're
yeah.
a millionaire.
It was
Wow.
actually the River State Carnival contract in Port
Okay.
Harcourt then, 2013. You know, I got shortlisted as one of the designers to design the costume for the carnival. They wanted 250 costumes in 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Yeah, and as an Igbo boy
Magician.
now, I was like, ah.
It must work out.
They asked me, "Are you sure you have the manpower to deliver?" I'm like, "I will make it happen, sir. I won't let you down, sir."
I will let you
Yeah.
down. They'll be
So
promising.
I had to hire staff. Obviously,
Yeah.
I brought them all to Port Harcourt from Aba from the east. Put them in a building.
Smart move.
Yep. Put them in a building. I think there were over 22 guys. I put them in a building. I was showing them their money like this, and I said, "I need this in 1 week," and it happened. I collaborated with some lady then, so we had two. And we pulled it off in a week, and the whole media got crazy. Kind of added to the brand, you
Of
know,
visibility.
visibility. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I think the head of our band then was Hilda Dokubo. She was the one assigned to my
Ah.
yeah. So yeah, we've been there for a while.
Wow.
Yep.
And what does fashion mean to you?
Fashion is life. Fashion is everything. Like fashion, I can't imagine the world without fashion. It's difficult because I feel like fashion is the essence of life. Okay, let me take you back. So I think that the greatest designer in the world is actually God.
Hallelujah, somebody.
Yeah, I'm a pastor's son. So I'm not trying to be too
Okay.
spiritual, so but it is. Think about
Yeah.
it. Think about the clouds when you're in the sky, when you're
Yeah.
flying. Think
Yeah.
about the gardens you see, the sounds of the
So
birds when you wake up. It
beautiful.
is, so the biggest creative in the world
It's God.
is God. And he created the world, he put us in it. So I can't see the world without art or fashion. This outfit that you're wearing now, and then your hair,
Yeah.
you're popping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
obviously. Yeah, so that's pretty much what
Yeah.
it is. So fashion is life
Life.
to me.
It's
Yeah.
life. Okay, and then looking at the evolution of fashion,
Yeah.
where will you trace it? What's the evolution of fashion like to you? Tracing it,
Okay,
how it
so
evolved, how it
yeah,
changes over time.
yeah, I feel like fashion kind of goes in circles. It kind of recycles.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
cycle in it.
Yeah, so I consulted for a client today. He wanted us to do something that is like a 70s themed suit. And I smiled because I was trying to talk about that, I think, a year back, about how fashion is like kind of
Recycles,
recycling.
yeah.
So a lot of people now are wearing palazzo pants, flat pants.
Yeah.
That's what my dad was wearing.
And the afro hair.
And their dads and their moms were thinking
Yeah.
their dads were hot.
Yeah.
And then we're bringing it back now, being all stylish about it. You see all your favorite artists wearing it now.
That's true.
Yeah, so fashion recycles. I think that 2 generations from now, they'll go back to skinny pants. Yeah,
Prophets. Prophets.
yeah,
Let's looking into the future.
yeah. So because that's the, should I say, the cycle.
Okay, now
Yeah.
looking at the cycle and how it recycles, right? So how does this trend start?
The strength.
A
Okay,
trend.
the trend.
A trend. How does it start?
Well, a trend starts with, it could be, I think the most influential people are musicians and actors.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, in my era when we just started fashion, Wizkid was, oh my
The shirts,
goodness.
the knicker trouser,
Wizkid
yeah,
was
skinny
the
jeans.
biggest influencer
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. Anything you wear.
Wizkid made me go into a studio to record.
You wanted to become a musician as
I'm a singer too.
well? Okay.
Yeah, but I stopped because I wasn't making any money. But
Then you
yo,
gave it to your brother.
yeah,
That took over.
yeah. But Wizkid made me do that. The snapbacks people used to wear. Yep.
Every young guy wanted to
Yep.
become
The
Wizkid.
G-Shock wristwatches he used to wear, those rubber things that he probably would never wear now. Yeah. So musicians
Yeah.
and actors are like the biggest influencers. So it all starts with someone. For example, think
Mm.
about it. Fela just came and was wearing really tight shirts. And then Fela pants. That's what we call it, right?
Yeah.
Fela. Yeah.
So it
So
started with him.
yeah. So the biggest influencers are musicians and actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, for fashion.
Oh wow. So now, talking about the styles for you,
Hmm.
what is that comment from a family member or a friend that is the good one towards your fashion sense and the bad and the ugly? What have they stated about your fashion sense?
Okay, good, bad,
That's
ugly. Yeah.
yeah to you.
Okay. Well, for me, my style also evolved. For example, imagine a 20-year-old boy with say over 5 million in his account at the time, right?
Yeah.
And I was living with my parents. So I wasn't really spending the money.
You're
So
a calm guy actually.
I wasn't really spending the
Yeah.
money. I was very introverted. So I didn't used to go out. I didn't have many friends. And then I met my current best friend, Sammy. And Sammy said we should go to a mall, that he wants to show me something. I don't know, say Sammy don't they look me since I know they grip by clothes. I they so clothes, they so clothes, but I know I they wear rubbish. Because I didn't really care. As long as I go to the factory and I make these clothes,
Mm.
I'm fine. And the clients are fine, I'm fine. And then walk into a mall, and then Sammy just hits me at the back of my head. Boom, come on, go buy clothes. Come on, remove this one. He took my
By
wallet.
fire
He
by
threw it.
force.
Yeah. So he's like, dude, like, you're a designer, yeah. You make great clothes, yeah, but you need to look the part. So
Mm.
that was like what changed everything for me. So I started trying to be more deliberate about
Your
how I
dress
look,
sense.
because
Okay.
I'm the definition of a raw talent. Like, it's raw. I was born,
With it.
yeah, you know. Now that I can look back to like the history of the family, I get it now. But then I didn't even know. I just knew that I had good eye for these things. You get so. For me personally, then when I just started, Sammy used to call my style awful because I didn't used to buy any things for myself. Yeah, but then I now started putting in effort. So I think awful from a friend then, yeah,
Yeah.
would have
Well,
been
yeah, it was
bad.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then currently, my style is perceived as classic. So it's like, yeah,
Oh.
so it's
Yeah.
like the classic man thing.
That's the good
Yeah, that's
comment
the
in that.
good.
Mm.
And then what's the last one?
The ugly. So
Okay,
now.
so for the ugly, I'll make it very ridiculous. So for the ugly, I would say, um, so now I'm putting in a lot of effort, but I'm also a very simple guy. I wear a lot of made in Nigeria things
Oh,
because, yeah, like even
supporting
when,
Nigerian
yeah,
brands.
because I mean, even when I started my brand, right? When I went to South Africa to unveil my collection in 2018, I went with
For the
Nigerian brands. Yeah,
what the walk
the runway
the
show.
runway show.
Yeah, I went
Okay.
with Nigerian brands. I went with Rossetti and I went with Detail Africa. I just called them and I'm like, guys, bring your stuff. And they did. And I brought a big box, put everything, took it to SA. So while I was showing my pieces on the runway, I put
Oh
theirs
shit!
on the runway too.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm always wearing made in Nigeria stuff because I want to push as much as I can. And I'm glad that most of these great brands are
Are
where they are
growing.
today.
Mm.
So imagine me now, everybody's stressing me about this Jason Porsche thing that I've built, and they want me to be wearing Tom Ford glasses and and low weight glasses,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, see my Fendi slippers," there," and
Yeah.
I'm just always very simple, wearing Nigerian stuff. So the fact that they are now pushing me towards that, that's the ugly for me.
The
Oh.
ugly. Ah.
But then, I mean, yesterday I was on Lowe's website. I was trying to get
So
some
okay.
stuff, So I guess I have to.
Nice. From ugly to now good.
Yeah, yeah. So that ugly is just me being, funny. It's not like
Okay.
it's ugly to me. I'm just trying to be
Okay.
funny. Yeah.
Now, have you ever bought any cheap stuff and cheap
Um,
clothing? How much was it?
which one? Okay, what I bought and how
And
much it
yeah,
was.
cheap.
To be honest, when I just started my brand, I used to do some of the most ridiculous things. I could be walking on the road and there's somewhere they call slaughter in Port Harcourt. Then they put cloth for ground.
Banana salad.
Ha. I go just the waka
Two
like this.
hundred.
Ah. I go just
They
the waka
like.
like this. I'm serious now. I never give you gist. It is in a play. If I give you gist about this hustle, I go just the waka the pass. I go just say, say this stock shirt fine. Oh. Say, bros, how much? To be fair, I know they collect the one with the ground. If you see the
Okay.
one where they just
They
hang, I'm
hang
like,
for dummy.
and I see it and I like it. I just buy it and I move on. So when I now start feeling bad is when I now start seeing it on the road. I'm like,
Everybody's
oh,
wearing it. You
I'm like,
just see an
oh,
Okada guy
hey,
putting it on.
why are you taking it so far? Okada guy.
You will see.
Well, yeah. So I had to now stop that. But yeah, that happened.
You bought cheap stuff.
Yeah, and I think let me say, you asked me the price.
Yeah.
I think
How much is
that time, I think maybe 700 naira.
Ah, it's cheap.
It's cheap, abi? Yeah,
Cheap.
yeah.
Okay. Now, currently, how
Mhm.
much do you spend on clothes
Well,
in
the
a
thing
year?
is, I'm a designer, so that's a hard answer because I make my clothes. So, and I think every day I buy fabric,
Mm,
but then I don't make clothes for myself every day.
that's true.
But if I check, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
because I live with clothes. Yeah, so I can't measure that up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, for you style celebrities, I've seen a couple of them work well
yeah.
done from Wale Joe, Jide Kene,
Hmm.
Eyinaya,
Hmm.
a lot of them styling them. What's the impact of styling celebrities towards your brand?
Oh, okay. The thing about styling celebrities is I'm quite selective of who.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
No, you can't just call me for anybody.
As I be celebrity, for instance, I
Yeah.
can't just call you. You
No.
choose,
Yeah.
you select,
Yeah.
even with the money.
No, if you pay me, I won't stress it.
Okay.
But I would still stress it.
Okay.
Yeah, so okay, so let me explain that.
Yeah.
So let's say you pay me to make clothes for you.
Mm.
Where I would stress you is maybe if the taste sorry, if the style is not as great, if I don't think the style is as great, then I would advise and say, okay, let's tweak it here or tweak it there.
Okay.
Because now it's no longer about just the celebrity. It's about two brands.
Stupid. Yeah.
It's Jason Porsche and you.
Yeah.
So if you're coming out in all your glory, Jason Porsche needs to also play the part in that.
Otherwise, it has a way of bringing
Yeah,
down the
yeah,
brand
but
and the
but I'm
image.
quite when I'm selecting muses,
Yeah.
like when I want to tell a story about a clothing
Yeah.
on a star, I'm very picky.
You're very picky about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay, and then how would you describe your ideal fashion model? Because you're selective about them. So
Hmm.
what's the
My ideal
description,
fashion model.
the fashion model to your brand?
So before now,
Yeah.
I I didn't used to put too much thought into that, but currently I like my models slim.
Justice for us, the fat ones.
No, no. So it's okay. I'll
Okay.
explain. So
Yeah.
as a creative, it
Excuse me.
kind of just allows me to explore the art of the human body when I
Okay.
can see the bones.
Oh wow.
So cheekbones,
Uh
straight faces, you know. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Now, for going back to the previous question, I talked about getting to style anybody, and then you talked about being selective, right?
Hmm.
So, what's the process of consultation to you? Like, what's the process? How does somebody begin?
Okay, well, the first thing is the occasion. So,
Oh, first of all, what's
okay,
the
let me be
occasion?
honest. First thing is the budget.
Okay.
So after the budget, I
Yeah.
now ask, okay, what's the occasion? Because why I always, so I get a lot of calls. Okay, I want to make this for this. So they talk about the star, right? And it feels good, but then I'm like, okay, do you have a budget?
Okay.
And then they're like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, what is the occasion? So
Mm.
it's like a process. So budget secured, I'm in a better mood to talk. And then yeah, and
Very
then
important.
yeah, and then what's the occasion? So that it
Yeah.
can help me consult better,
Mhm.
advise you, oh, let's do this. But then I like to work with the client's vision
What
when
you
I
want to look
understand
like.
what you want,
Okay.
and then I now help you stand out. Yeah.
Mm.
For example, when I was making the outfit that Flavor wore for his dad's
Okay.
funeral or celebration of life,
Yeah.
rather, um, it was a lace that was provided that we had to work with. So I worked with another stylist called Swazi. So together we had to make him look different from other laces that we have seen. And we had to
Mm.
be very intentional because that's
Mm.
our ijele.
Ah, yeah.
That's
Ijele, one
our
of our
ijele.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so all those things we are very intentional about.
About
Yeah, yeah, we are.
okay. Now coming back to Nigeria and African sense, do you think Nigeria is capable of competing globally in terms of
Oh yeah,
fashion?
yeah. So the thing is, for someone who's been in this business for a long time,
Mm.
this is the most exciting moment of my life. Yeah,
Aw.
because I am seeing the transition. Like I can see clearly now that Nigerian fashion is becoming a thing. Like it is, and I think a lot of that has to be, a lot of that has to come from the influence of Afrobeats.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like the influence of Afrobeats down to Nollywood, and then fashion is the next industry that people are looking at. Like, okay,
Definitely.
and then a lot of designers who started early also are seeing that and then keying in and restructuring their brands to be ready for this new
Face.
phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it would take time.
But you surely get
It's a
there.
lot of work because the structure, economic structure of the country is stressful, tedious on businesses. That's why we celebrate
Mm.
milestones here because it's tough.
It's tough.
It's pretty
I
tough.
can agree with you.
Yeah. So, but then with time, I think we'll get there.
So, what do you think the fashion industry is getting right, and what do you think they are yet to get right?
What we are getting right really now is just embracing our inner Africans. Like we are embracing the fact that we are Africans now, so it's reflecting a lot in our clothing. I feel
Okay.
like when we started initially, I feel like when we started initially, we are trying to be too Western.
Because I'm trying to imitate everything directly,
Exactly. So
copy,
now
copy.
we're chilling like, okay,
Let's do
okay,
our stuff.
let's do our thing.
Let's go
Let's
back to our
let's
roots.
let's give them. So yeah, so we're getting that right. And the next question you asked me
So,
was,
what is it that you guys are yet to get right
okay,
in
so
the
what we are yet
industry?
to actually do better
Yeah.
is the structure.
Okay, the structure.
Yeah, and that has to do a lot with funding.
And that's why government role comes into play, or
So already, the fact that there is not a lot of finance to play with, what that means is I wish the government would actually look in a direction
mm,
and actually just let us
tap
explore. Like,
tap into
yeah,
it.
like
Yeah.
look at us and say,
Mm.
oh, this is an industry that's,
You
I
need
mean,
to
the
invest
richest man in
heavily.
the world right now
Mm.
is a luxury goods seller. That's
Yeah.
Bernard Arnault. That's the
Yeah.
owner of LVMH, Louis Vuitton. So that's the wealthiest man in the world, and is competing with Elon Musk, who's a tech guy.
Mm.
So do you know how massive the potential of fashion could be if done right? It's insane. So the structure thing now, for example, you travel, you walk into a store, like you see a proper beautiful Louis Vuitton store, really looks good. You walk into it, there's an experience center, there's somewhere for you to have a drink, there's somewhere for you to look at the clothes. The clothes are
Mm.
hanging like it's a museum.
Mm.
Would you not pay? You will. But then to do that here, you need a lot of funding. So we just do things the best way we can until we are able to assess that
Access.
funding.
Mm.
So yeah, that's it. But I know we'll crack it. We're already cracking it, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, how would you describe your distinct brand? What distinct your brand from the rest of the brands around you?
I think that the fact that I'm huge on tailoring is,
Okay.
yeah, is kind of is my niche. So it's like I'm a designer, but I'm a tailor too, because I pay attention to tailoring. So it's like Jason Porsche has become a symbol of exquisite tailoring.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's the vibe. But then I'm also trying to make it look very African. So if you look at it, you're like, okay, it's an African brand.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, your brand. What? Looking at all of these five things, to what extent does it influence a cigar?
Cigars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Women,
Oh, okay.
paintings,
Okay.
and music.
Okay.
Shayo.
Oh, okay. I think anybody who knows my brand or knows me knows that I really like Cuban cigars.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cuban cigars for me are like symbols of luxury and great taste. For example, Cuban cigars are not. If you see a man smoking a Cuban cigar, and you walk up to him and you're like, "What is that? Is that Monte Cristo?" Or a conversation comes, and then all of a sudden you realize that these Cuban cigars can be blended, some with whiskey, some with coffee, some with tea. It takes someone who has great taste to actually now advise
Combine.
you and tell
Okay.
you, "Oh no, don't do Monte Cristo with this
Do
one.
this
Do
one.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah." And then even in the Cuban cigars, there are some that are called torpedoes. Those ones that have like the slimmer mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it's deep. It's a lot of
It is. Oh.
yeah, yeah.
It is.
So cigars really influence. Cigars are just a symbol of taste and luxury, sort of.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, how many percent influence does it have on you? Say 80?
Um, let's say 40%.
Four. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like I can't design without a Cuban cigar. It's just like when I'm in my element, I'd rather have a Cuban cigar and whiskey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's like maybe when I'm tweaking a script
Mm.
or when I'm trying to design a new collection. Not when I'm consulting. No.
Okay.
The stress from consulting won't even let you do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next one is music.
Music.
Yeah.
Music is a huge influence on me.
Okay.
I'm that guy who I'm very nocturnal, so I'm very active in the
I
night.
know.
Yeah, so I'm that guy who dances in my room
How
in the
you
night.
going to show us some steps today?
No, no. Dance in my room,
Okay.
drink my whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't do
Loud
Cubans in the
music.
night, but then
Okay.
yeah, drink my whiskey. Yeah, listen to music, just enjoy
Mm.
myself before the morning when everybody's asking me just in my clothes or just in my shoulder. Oh my goodness,
But then you
it's a
are
lot.
relaxed.
Yeah, yeah. So music has a huge influence. I'll give music 65%.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Women.
Ha. Yeah, giddy go.
What happened? What happened?
Well, um, women have a huge influence also on my on
The creative process on the
yeah,
person on the bean.
yeah, yeah, because they're part of the essence of life.
Yeah. That any touch, like the touch, it just inspire you to do
The touch,
something magnificent.
to be honest,
and
not really the
brilliant.
touch. It could be just me looking at
At your
her.
star, the image.
Oh
and
yeah,
you
that
just
helps a
keep.
lot.
That
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes when I'm in my elements, having a woman just, relax. Maybe
Yeah.
she's drinking whiskey, I'm drinking whiskey too.
So everything just, I mean, there's a way it goes
Yeah.
together.
You see
It's
how you came up with these
intertwined, yeah.
questions, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure you could figure it out somehow. Yeah, so I'm just helping you. I'm helping you and endorse it. I'm trying to let you know that you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
next one is Shayo.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you've been talking
Whiskey
about
guy.
whiskey and all of that.
Scotch, cognac. I'm not so great on wine, but if I have a friend over, yeah,
You don't mind.
yeah.
The fine paintings.
I love art a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, I love paintings a lot, and that's why I have I have a lot of that in my store.
Okay.
And then I'm working on a new design too, and I'm still going to have a lot of that too. So, art, painting kind of go in sync with fashion, so
Mm.
it's difficult to separate it.
Separate them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, that's it has I have it has a huge toll on me, really. So it's part of the process. I think there was a time that I put out a piece at the AMVCAs for Ike Obona. It was like a linen woolly overcoat, and I just splashed paintings on it, and I just wrote
Mm.
different things. I can provide you the picture.
Oh wow.
I just splashed different
Check
things
it
on
out.
it. Yeah, I was just trying to have fun, to be honest. So I just did that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, thank you very much. I want to ask, what would be your top five? It could be a fashion item, fashion accessory that every man should have in their closet. Top five.
Top five.
Yep.
Every man should have a pair of trousers, obviously.
Yeah.
Every man should have a pair of shirts. I mean, have a
That's-
shirt,
Yeah.
have a trouser, have a jacket.
Yeah.
That's three, right?
That's
Have a hat or a face cap at least.
four.
Not everybody likes a tie, so I can't call a tie. But did you say can I call an accessory?
Yeah, you can call it an
Oh, have a
accessory.
wristwatch.
Wristwatch, that's
Yeah,
five. That's
yeah,
what five.
yeah.
Okay. And then how would you connect with to the Gen Zs, this
Oh,
present generation, in your brand
those
and fashion?
those
How
guys
do you
are
connect
quite
to them?
interesting.
Mm.
Those guys are quite interesting. So let me tell you an interesting story. Last year, my father, soul rest in peace, when he
Amen.
died,
Amen.
I had creative block. I couldn't design anything. I couldn't. I tried. I was like, I would drop a collection. I couldn't. So when it was time for me to actually now, I started dropping it in bits. So when it was time for me to drop it or more, I was just my mind was just telling me, "Ah, you need to design for these Gen Z people, oh." Hey God,
Very
because
important.
if you don't, it's almost like, bruh, these guys are, I don't know, their energy is a lot,
Yeah.
So I think what I mean, even from my new collection coming, I'm very laid back sort of. So it's like huge energy, but relaxed vibe. So it's like I have pieces for everyone, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of vibe.
So,
So you're going to be seeing a lot of flare pants. You're going to be seeing a
mm,
lot of, futuristic designs, pieces you wouldn't think I would have put out before.
but because of
But
the
because
Gen
I'm
Z,
trying to, yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
So obviously, because I'm trying to like, adjust my algorithm to what's going on currently. I think most designers do that. Yeah,
Everybody,
yeah,
all brands are just trying
yeah,
to promote
yeah.
theirs towards them.
Exactly. So I'm doing the same.
Okay. And then what would you say is the ignite, the ginger for you to come about your Posh Studios?
Okay. Posh Studios, you mean for the film?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the thing is, from when I started my brand, right? I've always been big on storytelling. So I don't think I've ever put out a collection without a script. So if you Google all my collections from 2013, you would see some story under. So I had to be writing for each of these collections. And then I'm a big fan of stories that are based on real life.
Okay.
If you also Google, you'll see that I think there was something on Bella Niger one time when I said fashion is life or something like that. I get my inspiration from life. I did something with Rikazani at the time. That's the story I was trying to tell.
Oh.
You know, so that's love for
Tell
telling stories
stories. Okay.
down to being
Real life?
inspired by real
Real life
life
people
kind of
and events.
just
Oh, okay.
motivated me to launch a filmmaking production unit called Posh Studios. Yeah,
Okay.
and we are working on something currently.
So is this just film or anything, entertainment,
Oh,
video creation?
oh no,
Um.
so I direct. I mean,
Oh, you're also a director.
y-
Wow.
so I direct I direct most of these films too.
Okay.
So let's say maybe I call a talented videographer and
Oh.
we're trying to tell a story about the collection. So I tell him this is what I want and this is how I want it done. And then I respect people's creativity a lot. So I allow them to do their thing, but then I kind of guide them on how I want it done. So I direct.
Okay.
Exactly. So um this Posh Studios Africa thing, I am very devoted to it and I'm not in a hurry to put out something. I'd
Okay.
rather put out something great than
Quality.
something just there. So I'm
Just to
taking my
rush it
time.
up.
Yeah, yeah. We've been developing my current script for it's getting to a year now. I
Mm.
think a few months. It's getting to a year now. We put out the cast in November, the casting call in November, and then we are still currently developing the script. So after the script, and then we go into production. So I just want to make sure,
Everything is checked
yeah, and
before
then yeah, yeah,
engaging in it.
yeah, and then after this first one, every other story we're going to be making would be films based on real life.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome. Fantastic.
yeah.
And then, no, talking about this, working with a lot of creatives,
Hmm.
how does it mean the conflict, the clashes between ideas? How do you manage such?
Okay, so I think so I'll give you a typical example. Imagine a 19-year-old working with tailors that are 50 and 40
Definitely.
and they have kids and they know that you're young, but you're calling the shots because you're paying.
Mm.
Those years have taught me how to handle creatives. So it's like,
Okay.
just remind them that they are good with their art. Remind them that you love their art. That's why you came to them. But then still tell them you need to get the job done and you need to do it the way that I want it, in a respectful way. So it's like, okay, this is a team. Currently, we have a team for the film, and then everybody's dropping their ideas. I don't believe in the idea of saying, "Oh, I don't think this makes sense." It's like a taboo. It's like
It's a write-off.
yeah. So you can't say that in my creative space because every idea is valid. So it kind of just allows people to open up more and express themselves. But you can respectfully just say, okay, you know what, let's take this off. Let's take this off.
Do it
This
the
is the
other
reason
way.
why. Let's present it this way. But don't shut it off. Don't shut it off and just say, oh no. Because guess what? You could shut it off now and someone else will do it better and it will still come out with a great result.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But then there are do's and don'ts. There are pros and cons. It's like for every action, there's a repercussion.
Definitely.
So imagine changing a script on a film that could have saved you 5 million. So let's say you want to show say person get money, you can't go South Africa, from South Africa go to Dubai. So imagine doing all that when you could actually just tweak it and
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty it.
I get it. And then in the world we live in, it's social media era.
Mm-hmm.
So how has it influenced and impacted the fashion industry, the social
So
media era?
okay, I'll give you an example. When I just started fashion, Instagram was not all that yet. It was Bella Naja and Linda Ikeji. Linda Ikeji was the blog of
Yeah, of all blogs.
of all
Yes.
blogs.
Yes.
And also like she was we were okay, so everything evolved. Before na newspaper we they go read. Then we now
Fashion
came to
newspaper.
reading online. Right. So at the time most of my collections were going on blogs and that's where everybody could relate with me,
Okay.
and Twitter. I think when I put out Skyfall, I shot Skyfall at Dereli's father's compound in Yaba, if I'm correct. So when I put out that collection, there was like this huge online buzz that people were dragging me. I woke up one morning and I just googled my name. I searched my name on Twitter. And people were dragging me, say, who's this Jason Porshe guy? Why is he shooting in this place? People have been overusing this location. I'm like, what's my I'm like, what's my own
But
inside?
every publicity is good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I searched. I found one of the writers at the time who was kind of spearheading that, and I made him my friend. And my next collection, he wrote the script for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have that rule of when there's chaos, walk towards it, and then figure something out of
And
it.
use it for your own
Yeah,
good.
so I don't believe in running away from. Yeah, so I walk towards it. So, but then this whole social media thing. So imagine evolving from newspaper down to blogs, now Instagram, and then Instagram keeps evolving because when I started Instagram did not have stories. They post everything there.
The main page.
They can't wake up one, they can't give us stories. I don't post like 1,000 things because everything they there. I can't they delete. They can't they post for story. They can't come say na video time. Make we they do video. We say okay, maybe they do videos. Start giving them videos. Now there's reels.
And it keeps it.
So you go post picture now, you want engagement, but nobody is
Yeah.
really looking at the picture. They'll scroll past it. But once they see you moving in it, they're
Yeah.
like, okay, now yeah, one day. So me now, I can tell you for free that social media, Instagram has a huge toll on fashion because you see a lot of brands now creating a lot of engaging reels. One of my favorite brands is Ralph Lauren.
Okay.
I love his brand so much, and that's because the way he presents his clothing. There's always a story attached to it. If Ralph wants to sell you a polo shirt, maybe to let you know that you can wear this shirt to play polo or play golf, there's a story around it. So if he's putting out a fashion film, trust me, I see they land that they go watch him because there's always a story, and then he presents it really well on social media. So is Instagram, social media has a huge toll on fashion because it's like a marketplace now. So that's like the best place to like display your products. So it's how you sell your story that you'll be perceived.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's
Now, your reference to the international brand.
mhm.
Let's say, what would you say to a celebrity who long to get few of those brands because they can't really afford it than having a local brand. So what is it like? Is celebrities with international brand more preference to the Nigeria or the local brand?
So you're saying if celebrities prefer
Yeah. And then
international
why?
brands
Why
to
they go?
Nigerian
Yes.
brands? Okay, so the thing is, music, for example, is lifestyle.
Yeah.
And if I want to tell a story of how wealthy I am as a musician,
Okay.
I would walk to the most expensive brands in the world. Yeah, so you'd probably be buying Tom Ford glasses for $2,000, or you're buying Gucci pieces.
Yeah.
So it is because that's what your career
It showcases
exactly, like music is lifestyle. So it's not their fault entirely.
is a lifestyle.
It's the lifestyle. They have to show that, you know, that they have the money to. I mean, see, my one of my favorite artists, Skid, sang expensive shit, rocking expensive shit. Too, yeah, you know. So, but then the thing is, a lot of Nigerian brands are now catching up to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I buy made in Nigeria a lot, and I also make stuff, and people are catching up to it. People make suits for 1 million now. People make suits for 1.5 million now.
Mm.
Yeah. So if you want to show off with Jason Porsche, I will help you. I'll help you. I'll give you some really good fabrics and tell you it's 2 million naira. I will explain to you why. I'll show you everything, and show me your steez. Let's give them your steez.
Maintain it.
Of course.
Okay. Okay. Now, let's dive into the business of fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are educating some group of young people that want to be a part of the fashion industry. They want to join this industry.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are the steps?
Steps to joining fashion?
Yes.
Currently?
Yes.
I think the first step is to search yourself, because I'd explain. I have also built a lot of brands for people. Yeah, and what I always tell them is the same. I start with you. It all starts with you. You need to look inwards. Find your taste, find what you like, right? That's what you share. You're an artist, you're a creative. So it is what you can't share what you don't have.
So, are you saying that I cannot learn to be a fashion?
You can learn
designer?
100%, but
I can.
when
Or
you
it should
learn,
come from, yeah.
you still tilt towards who you are.
Oh.
You're a creative. Like, you don't look at it as fashion. You're still giving out what is in your head. So it's still who you are that you're sharing with the world. Do you understand? Because through fashion.
Okay.
Yeah, so you search yourself first. When you found yourself, then you can explore. Start giving out pieces. Create pieces around yourself. But then be practical enough to know what the current trends are and what the demands of the general public is, so you can merge yourself with the demands and then you sell.
Okay.
Because if you just keep
balance.
It should be balanced. Because if you just keep giving out pieces of yourself,
people see as trash. People might get fed up with it.
Yeah, yeah. It takes a certain level of
fan base. You've built the brand for them to just agree to all of your style.
So
that's number one, yourself. So what number two now?
Okay, number two is, just like I said earlier, try to know the current trends and what the demands are.
Be aware of the current trends
and what the demands
I'm even
are.
teaching myself, because maybe I'll go into fashion because they are making lots
No,
of
you
money.
will. You.
They're making
your
lots of
shoulders.
they're making lots of money. Okay, learning the trends. Number three.
Mm-hmm. Okay, number three. You need to present your work better. So what that means is you need to shoot a collection.
Okay.
So it's like building your portfolio or your catalog over the years.
Okay, build your portfolio.
Yeah, because that's what your people would relate to. I can tell you for free that most people who love my brand are also in love with the journey.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so it's like a portfolio.
When is the best time to put out a collection? Summer, winter?
To be honest, just check out.
Just check out.
If you look. If you put on January, now you could be around.
And December.
Yeah. So December, really good.
Yeah. Festive eras, period.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So I think from March, that's when everybody's kind of getting balanced again. Yeah.
If you think of clothing.
Yeah. because people are thinking of fees for the kids. People are clothing would come from March most
Yeah, from
likely.
March.
Yeah, and then um, uh, Valentine's Day. That one, if your brand has good presentation, if you have
Mm.
gift boxes, it would
Oh,
work.
it goes a long way.
Yeah,
So
it would work.
package it.
Yeah,
Package it.
presentation. Yeah, yeah.
Presentation. Now, sourcing materials. Do you
Hmm.
source materials in the country?
I do locally and internationally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would you advise? We are still in
You
the
can
business of
source,
teaching.
yeah, you can source your materials locally. It just has to be good. To be honest, okay, I'll give you an example. A client came to my store from Germany, proper white guy, not Nigerian, not African, but he reached out from Google, said he saw me on Google, came to the store with his wife, and Jason Porshe, our classic man. There were a lot of corporate suits,
Yeah.
and he was just looking through all the suits, looking through all the shirts. These are already things that he has in his country. And this man walked to one Ashoke piece that I don't like.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was the one that him and his wife, they were like, oh, this is nice. I'm like,
Oh, they wanted something different.
I wanted something African
Yeah.
because they're in Africa. Exactly. So that's what I was saying about knowing the demands, knowing how to, so your brand has to be balanced. You need to have something for everybody.
Okay.
So you can source your fabrics locally and embrace it because it is African. You are African. So that's what people want these days.
Uh,
You understand?
and then do you agree with do less in terms of fashion, doing less to
You mean being
yeah.
a minimalist, like not
Yes.
overdoing it?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. So that's why even as a designer, when you're designing things, you should care for everyone. I have kaftans that have it's just plain kaftan with 3 buttons, and someone will just come and because of the fabric, he will pay a lot of money for it
For
because he's
it.
a minimalist.
Yeah.
So even in the luxury market, there's quiet luxury, and then there is loud luxury. I would never wear. I used to. I remember when I bought one Dior shirt that had Dior written in front of it, but I've grown past that.
Yeah.
So now I'd rather wear Dior, and then I have to tell you, or you have to see the label. So that's
Okay.
quiet luxury. And then there's people who,
Wanna
what would they call them again? There's a word for it.
They want to
New
be
money,
loud.
new money, new money. You see, new money people. Oh my goodness, they want you to know that they are here. So
They are
yeah,
loud about it.
exactly. So you need to balance it.
Okay.
So care for your minimalists, care for the people who want to make a statement, care,
Yeah.
and you can't blame anybody for anything. People are just wired differently. So as a creative, you need to be able to provide like services as a businessman for everybody.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Putting them into consideration
Mhm.
in your crafts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, still talking about how to build this business. Now, is there anything like overcharging?
Okay, so a few years back, I would have said yes, but now I would not totally agree. And you know why? Because of how the international market is structured.
Mm.
So one of my favorite designers in the world is Tom Ford, right? But Tom Ford can be a minimalist by design as a brand when they want to be, because you could just see. You can check our Uncle Femi to the last page.
Yeah.
You will just see a nice, neatly tailored
Simple.
brown shirt
Mm.
and trouser, $2,000. A normal, typical Nigerian be like, ha, I beg, go waiting happen. But that's how to that's that's it. Like that's how to make a statement without making any. Do you get? So would you say yes, Tom Ford is a huge brand, but then it's neatly done, presented properly, packaged properly? Would you say he overcharged? You
Mm.
won't say it. So if huge brands in Nigeria, like Africana, like Mayatafo, like Jason Porsche, make you something really good
Yeah.
and it is presented well
Well,
and you pay for it because you love it, that's not overcharging. So yeah,
that's lifestyle.
of course. Show us some steez. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, and then who will be your top 10 fashion stylists in the country? Your top 10
Stylist or designers? You know, it's not the
stylists.
same thing.
Oh, please educate us.
Okay, so a stylist
Yeah.
is someone who styles. Yes, he makes the clothes sometimes, but his job is to style. So they would call him for a music video or for a shoot or for a portfolio or whatever, or a tour. I say, oh, I did go tour. I need. Da,
Mm-mm.
da, 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 da. It's a stylist job to create. Stylists work with designers too.
Stylists, they don't tailor. They
So
don't
the thing
sew.
is, some of them do,
Okay.
but it is not their business to
Okay.
tailor. It is
Okay.
their business to put the looks together
Okay.
the way it would suit the client.
Yeah.
But a designer is a creator of these garments. So it's not the same thing.
A designer can be a stylist as
Of
well.
course.
Okay.
Of course. So, but the only thing is, a designer might just focus on you paying for the clothes he's making for you. Yeah, a stylist will charge you for his time and everything.
But I feel like do stylists like okay, let's take flavors wear.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a stylist for it. I
Of course.
mean, what's the role of the stylist? It's not just to wear the white clothes.
Okay,
Right?
so after the artist,
Yeah, creates.
it's the stylist. So the stylists are very huge. Stylists play a very huge role in an artist's life because as an artist, when you look back and you're like, okay, let me hire this stylist, and you hire this stylist, it is the stylist's job to look at your brand and know what suits your brand,
Okay.
down to what you're wearing and who the designer is. It's a lot of work. If you call a designer, he will just focus on what he can make for you and create for you. A stylist's job is more, compact. It's a lot of different things.
Okay.
Oh, okay, are your stylist going on tour? Oh, Flavor is doing this event. Oh, it is the stylist's job to say, okay, these are the options, and then the artist will
Okay.
pick and say, okay, let's do this one.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
stylist starts from the foundation
Exactly.
before it gets to the designer itself,
Exactly.
and then finishes it up
Yeah.
once the design is out.
So, for example,
Okay.
if an artist wears something that the public does not like,
It's a stylist's fault.
who do you think they would attack?
It's designer for me, oh.
Who do you
But
think they
now,
attack? Who would you attack?
And who asked the person
The
that sold
stylist.
it?
But the first thing would be the image of the artist.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like, why this person they wear
Why
this
does
thing?
I've seen it.
And
I've
then it
seen
now
it.
comes down to the stylist. Who is the stylist giving this person this thing? Do you understand? So stylists play a big role in
Oh,
an
okay.
artist's life. So
Okay.
it's not the same.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
But however, the roles can be interwoven.
Yeah, because most stylists work with designers.
Okay.
Like my friend Swazi calls international brands for some of his clients too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they put pieces together.
So be your top designers.
Okay,
Top
top
10.
designers
Yes. Top
in
10
Nigeria.
designers.
In no particular order.
Let me be
Please.
clear. No drush.
Please, in no particular order. I'm
Top
just going to
10,
name
yeah.
10 great designers,
Okay.
and I'm not even going to add myself to the list so that it will not look like. But in no particular order,
Okay.
I'm just going to call brands that I love. Right? Okay, so there's Ebewele Brown,
Okay.
there's Africana,
Africana.
there's Mayatafo,
Yeah.
there's Tayo Gabriels, there's Andre Yama, there is let me think of a feminine brand, Tiffany Amber, Deola Sego, there's Emmy Casby, there's T.I. Nathan, there's Sammy Couture.
7.
Oh, 7. I think I don't call plenty.
Don't complain. 7.
Oh my goodness. Designers.
Maybe more female brands.
Female brands. Okay, there's Robes. Robes,
Okay.
but that's a masculine brand though. Female brands. Deola Sego. Have I called Deola Sego?
Yes.
Have I?
Yes.
I don't know if
2 more.
2 more, right?
Yep.
Vicky James. How can I forget? Oh my goodness.
Daughter of Zion.
Vicky James.
One
And
more.
one more. It's so hard to remember these names when you're on the spot. Let me see. Which should that designer? Sorry, I'm taking your time.
Tinaya.
What'd you say?
Tinaya.
What's that?
Tinaya Empire.
Tiana?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tiana.
Tiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
You pronounce it wrong, so I was like, it's Tiana. Yeah.
Tiana. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. And now, I want to show you something. We want to pair 2 celebrities,
Okay.
and then you kind of rate their styles, and then who do you pick out of the 2?
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then you can give us your reasons The first person is Timini,
Okay.
and why am I laughing? Okay, well, we can check the last two fashions. We are just comparing the last. Maybe the last few posts on
Okay.
Instagram. If you want to see their last few posts on Instagram, so I just say before the fans say, "Oh, why we choose this one and this one and this picture and this picture and this." So we just take the last few pictures
Okay.
on Instagram. That's what we did.
Okay.
So Timini and Zuby Michaels. You wanna see? I wanna see the picture. So,
You want to
are
put me
you,
in trouble, Abi?
so how would you
Okay.
rate their styles, and then who is your best?
Okay. So, am I going to see the looks, or
Okay, want to see the looks? Okay, that's fine.
do you have any looks for me?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I mean, we just picked randomly the last few posts on their pages, so
Okay.
it's not like okay, I picked this one against this one.
Okay.
Okay, this is Zuby Michael, and then
Okay.
I'll just show you.
This is Zuby. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is Timini in Dejan color.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to style,
Mm.
my favorite among the two
Yes.
is Timini, obviously.
Why? Obviously.
Obviously,
I don't.
Timini is very intentional and
Okay.
fashionable. Zuby is very chill. Like he's, I don't want to use laid back because it's a
Okay.
sensitive word, but he's chill about. He does. You can tell that he
Okay,
doesn't
not
stress.
intentional.
So it's like, oh, this looks good. Go where I'm go where they go. But Timini is very intentional about his style and what he wears. So I mean, that's the obvious,
Comparison.
comparison. Yeah.
Okay.
So
The next person is Noboligwe and Ebuka. This is the
oh, this is Ebuka.
and
This is
Noboligwe.
yeah. Okay. This is Ebuka in I think Ugomoye or Mayatafo. I'm not sure it's either of them. I hope. And then this is Noble. Ooh, this is tough. But Noble is my brother. But I will pick Ebuka.
Okay.
Yes, in this comparison, I'll
And
pick
this one,
Ebuka.
Ebuka.
Yeah, because Ebuka is like, the style icon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then finally Enyolua and Dinola.
Okay. This is Danola Gray.
Yeah.
And then this is Annie.
Yeah.
This is tough. This is tough. Um, this is quite tough. They are both very stylish people, but I'll take Denola
Dinola.
because of longevity for his brand,
Okay.
or is it longevity? Sorry, you know, say I be bum man.
Longevity.
So, Denola is very stylish, and he's been there
Over
for a
time.
minute.
Okay.
He slays every time.
Consistency.
Consistency, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. And then
You're welcome.
finally the last question before we do a quick game. Are you single, married, searching? Single,
Sobowa.
searching, single,
Chineke nna.
single, not looking for, single, engaged.
I'm not single,
Oh, you married? Oh
I'm
no,
not married.
heartbreak.
but I'm not.
Oh, but it's a heartbreak
if I say
now.
I'm single now,
Yeah.
it go be like say I no get babe, but I get.
So, but you're single, engaged.
I'm not engaged yet, but I will be.
Single, not over single.
Okay, what are the options? Let me pick from one of the
Single,
options.
single.
Okay,
Single, engaged.
okay,
Single, married.
okay.
You know, people can be single and they're
Oh
married.
yeah, can they?
Yes. They are married, but they're still single, looking for other people. And then single, not searching.
So I'm single because I'm not married, but I have a girlfriend, so I'm not entirely available.
Ah, people are not happy with that. Right? But how do you cope with umasa, like
It's
the women? How do you cope with them?
I think it's something that comes with my industry.
Not just in you're a very fine guy. Honestly, you're
Oh, I'm
handsome.
blushing. Oh,
you
Steez,
like
Steez.
fresh.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, well, it's a lot and
Yeah.
it's tough, especially in Lagos. But I'm just chill about it now. Like I've accepted my fate. Yeah. So before I used to stress. Now I'm just nice.
Yeah, Mr. Nice Guy.
No, like I just want everybody to be fine.
Just okay, just be fine. Now,
Yeah.
before you go, I want us to play a game. This is A
Okay.
to Z of fashion. I just
Okay.
give a letter. You give me a fashion item. It could be a clothing line. It could be a brand. It could be an accessory. Anything. So you just give me, for instance, letter A. You can give
Mhm.
me any of the fashion accessory
Oh,
items
but related to
associated.
fashion.
Yes,
That's
associated with
tough.
that letter. No, we can do this. I know.
That's
A to
tough.
Z.
A to Z.
A to
My
Z.
goodness.
We can do this.
My goodness.
Okay, letter
Wow.
A. Let's have letter A.
Letter A. Where I want start.
People wear anklet.
Oh, so that's an accessory.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
part of it. So a anklet.
Anklet.
Okay, let's go to B.
Jehovah.
No, you will get this one. You will
Um,
get this one because no, you're not wearing anyone, but you do a lot with it.
I do a lot with it.
Yeah, you work a lot with this. Anyone, you have a lot.
Boots.
Oh, boot works.
Yeah.
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 Let us see. This one, you get it. I mean, you've been
Um,
seeing it from dad, from your granddad.
Cufflinks.
Oh yeah. Letter D.
Mm, do rag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Letter E.
Mm,
You're wearing one now,
uh,
and I'm wearing one as well.
earrings.
It's fine. Yeah.
But I'm not wearing earrings.
You're
though.
wearing one. Eyeglasses.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right.
Okay, letter F.
Um. Mm, F.
Men like this one.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
And the women too, they use it. Yeah, they use it. I think they're. Yeah.
F.
Mm. It can be a type of something.
So type
Women
of
wear.
something. F. F.
It could be a type of something that men wear on their legs. Okay, women. Sorry.
Mm.
And then some.
Help me now.
Okay, we could do fishnet stockings. We could do.
See how far you
fascinator.
go. Ah,
Fascinator.
fishnet stocking. If I see that one, I just know say the girl don't plan me come.
Letter G.
It's a G. G string.
Ah. What about letter H?
Letter H.
Yes.
Hats.
Okay. And letter I.
It's a I.
Mm.
Yeah, help me now.
You can give us a type of something. What about
I.
insoles? The insoles of
Oh, foul.
no,
I for no feel think that kind of thing.
it's too far. Okay, letter J. Yeah, this one is
J.
Yeah.
Joggers.
yeah, joggers
Yeah.
wear jacket. Letter L.
Um.
Ladies wear this one a lot.
mm,
They can wear with mini skirts,
Leggings.
leggings. Letter M. Guys love this one.
M.
Yeah.
Okay, so me, I'll say monk strap shoes.
Okay, monk strap shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Letter N.
Nika. I beg.
Nika.
I don't get power.
Letter O.
Letter O.
Yeah.
So
New babies wear it, and then people that do menial jobs they kind of wear it a lot.
New babies wear.
Wear it. Yeah, new babies.
Easy fit. What do new babies wear?
New babies wear it.
Help me now.
Overall.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Letter P.
Mm.
I think you've bought this as a gift for your girlfriend before.
Letter P.
Yeah.
When you said letter P,
Yeah.
the thing went enter my head, no be cloth.
Okay.
I know if you talk for you.
The P. I don't. I know where to be there.
Oh, you don't know it.
be fine. Now fashion ancestry.
Okay. So P. Let me see.
Yeah.
Mm,
You've bought. It could be any of the. You've bought this as a gift for your girlfriend. I think I'm sure.
oh yeah.
I think I'm sure. It can be carried, and then it can be used on the neck as well.
Used
Mhm.
on the neck.
Yeah.
Pendant.
Aha.
Oh, okay, got it.
AK. Letter Q. It can
Hmm.
be a type of something. Can be a type of watch.
Q.
Yeah. Can be a type of anything.
As you talk Q, now Quillox enter my head.
Quillos
But
dress.
no be
Okay, let's do Quillos dress.
It's
You
a
can make a
Q.
Quillos dress for us.
It's a Q. I don't think I can remember.
No, but
that
we
on
can take
spot, on spot.
Quillos dress. It's something that we can use to convey after dressing
For
or
fashion.
for fashions.
You just define shortcut.
Letter
Okay.
T. Okay, sorry. Letter R.
Rolex.
Yeah. Letter S.
Scissors. Okay, no, that one is not. It's not okay.
Material is fine.
Singlet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, letter T.
T.
Yep.
Trousers.
Oh, letter U.
Yeah.
I think I always see this people girls
Umbrella.
like yeah, they use it to snap a lot. Letter V.
Letter V. Vests.
K and W.
W.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But I think it's more of with guys.
More with guys.
Yeah, they wear more.
Mm.
With their suits, something.
W.
Yeah.
With suit.
Abi, why did they wear a?
Oh, yeah, help me.
Why did they wear waistcoats?
That's a shame for a tailor. I suppose don't know
No.
that one. Fast. Like this. Anyways.
Okay. Letter X.
X. As in X.
Yes.
Hmm.
It can be a type of watch.
Type of watch.
Mm.
Watch we start with X.
No, yes.
Hey, so watch we start with X. Okay, oh yeah now.
Xavier. Oh, Xavier watch. Sorry.
Okay.
Xavier.
No, I don't have it either ways. I don't.
Letter Y.
Why? No, I don't think. Why? No, I can't
I
think of
don't
anything.
remember. There's a yam socks. Yam.
Is that it? Yeah, get socks.
Yam polo. I don't know any. Yam polo.
Why?
Why? Wow.
Why? Why is tough for
Yahoo
fashion?
dress.
Yahoo, Fafa. no deal.
And then letter Z. Oh no, wait. This letter's out.
Z.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember now.
You remember?
There's a makeup. Is it fashion? No, that's
Zaron.
yeah.
So me, I was thinking zippers, but I don't know what to put it with. Maybe zipper shoes.
Zipper shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And then finally, before you go, right? There are trending issues of social vices happening in society where the quest to get rich by young people. What do you have to say to them? What advice would you give to them? What kind of motivation do you give to them so that they won't have that quest to be rich and then they're towing the wrong path. So
The
how would
hunger
you-
to be rich.
yeah,
By all
and
means,
then-
by shortcut.
yeah, towing the wrong path.
I mean, those people where they go do, where they go see Baba. Anyways, so for that,
Yeah.
so life is a journey.
It's a journey.
None of us have it all figured out.
Mm.
I'll tell you that for free. I just, and then the way the country be safe. I'll just say, stay true to yourself.
Stay true to yourself.
Be determined.
Determined.
Work hard,
Work hard.
but work smart.
Work hard. but
Yep.
work
So that shortcut where you go use one go see Baba, use and put for creativity, one or two hustles. Honestly, like, see, I started my brand from a. Should I talk salary?
Talk
30,000
for
naira.
motivation.
30,000
Wow.
naira salary. Yep. And then my first collection was sold out, and I made 4 times what I was earning. Like, it was insane. It was crazy. I was in Port Harcourt at the time, but then I was producing the shirts from Lagos.
Oh,
So it was after that I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should go into this fashion thing
fully.
fully. So And then even if God wants to bless you, He needs to see the work of your hands to bless it. So you
Mm.
need to have something going for yourself, and then be consistent about it, be passionate about it, and God will come true.
Amen.
Yeah.
And then to all your fans, the people that have been there from day one supporting your brand,
Mm-hmm.
and then some of us that are coming up to really be associated with your brand. So what do you
Mm-hmm.
say to everybody, all your
I
fans?
love you all. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. And we'll keep giving you guys something to be excited about.
Thank you so much, Jason Posh. It has been an awesome moment with you,
Thank you.
delving into the world of men's fashion. Thank you for having time to hang out with YeyeTalk podcast. And to all of our viewers, thank you for sticking around and
Mm-hmm.
listening to this insightful conversation. And until we see you next time, it's a bye from all of us from YeyeTalk.
Thank you,